We are reporting live from Central Texas, where deadly flash floods have claimed dozens of lives overnight. Torrential rain has submerged.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
Oh.
Oh god.
The other side of that one right there.
Uh-huh.
The recent flooding in Central Texas has resulted in the tragic loss of over 90 lives, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in the state's recent history. Among the deceased are 28 children, and dozens remain missing as rescue and recovery operations continue. Kerr County sustained the brunt of the devastation, especially at Camp Mystic, a girls' Christian summer camp established in 1926 along the Guadalupe River. The camp suffered heartbreaking losses with 27 confirmed fatalities and 10 campers plus one counselor still unaccounted for. A profound figure in this calamity was Dick Eastland, the camp's owner, who lost his life during courageous rescue efforts. Despite the rapidly rising floodwaters, he persisted in evacuating children and ensuring their safety until swept away. His selflessness and bravery embodied the human spirit, confronting overwhelming peril. The flooding began during the early hours of July 4th, when a torrential downpour delivered between 5 and 11 inches of rain over a matter of hours. In the town of Hunt, the Guadalupe River rose approximately 26 feet in just 45 minutes, overwhelming gauges and local infrastructure. Further downstream in Kerrville, water levels neared 29 feet, approaching historic heights last recorded in 1987. Flash flood warnings were issued, but the extreme speed and force of the floodwaters left residents little time to evacuate, exacerbating the toll. Meteorological analysis identified the flood's cause as a stalled mesoscale convective system that drew tropical moisture from remnants of Tropical Storm Barry. A stationary front and an upper-level trough produced repeated storm cells passing over the same areas, a phenomenon known as training. The region's steep, porous limestone terrain accelerated runoff, converting heavy rain into a rapidly moving destructive surge. Such terrain, characterized by thin soil and karst features, limits water absorption, thereby intensifying surface flooding. The flood's physical and economic damage is vast. Roads and bridges across Kerr and neighboring counties were destroyed or blocked by debris. Over 140 bridges and culverts are undergoing structural safety inspections. Several water treatment facilities sustained critical damage, prompting boil water advisories affecting thousands of residents. Power outages impacted more than 20,000 homes, with utility crews working continuously to restore electricity. The projected economic losses are estimated in the hundreds of millions of dollars, significantly affecting agriculture, tourism, and local businesses that form the backbone of the region's economy. Amid the overwhelming destruction, the response of emergency crews and local communities has been extraordinary. Over 400 first responders mobilized swiftly, executing more than 850 rescues within 36 hours. Utilizing boats, helicopters, and drones, rescue teams saved numerous lives despite dangerous conditions. One of the most heroic acts during the devastating floods was that of Julian Ryan, a 27-year-old father from Ingram, Texas. He tragically lost his life while valiantly saving his family. Despite sustaining a severe injury while ensuring their escape, he prioritized their safety before succumbing to his wounds. His selfless courage has been deeply honored by the community as a powerful symbol of bravery amid this disaster. Volunteer groups, faith organizations, and local businesses rapidly organized to provide food, shelter, clothing, and emotional support to displaced residents. The Texas Department of State Health Services deployed mental health professionals to offer counseling and trauma support for survivors and first responders. Recognizing the psychological toll of such disasters, community members worked tirelessly alongside emergency personnel, coordinating debris removal, resource distribution, and logistical support. These collective acts of courage and compassion highlight the resilience and unity sustaining the region in the aftermath of catastrophe. On July 6th, Governor Greg Abbott declared disaster zones across multiple counties and designated a statewide day of mourning. the president issued a federal disaster declaration, activating FEMA and Department of Homeland Security resources and announcing a forthcoming visit to the affected region. The state committed to installing advanced river gauge networks and upgrading radar systems throughout the hill country to improve early warning and lead times for flash floods. Texas allocated $9.5 million in funding to enhance flood alert infrastructure and river monitoring, while federal agencies are reviewing emergency staffing, communication systems, and disaster response readiness to address vulnerabilities exposed by this event. Search and recovery efforts continue, with divers and sonar teams scanning debris-choked waterways. Structural engineers are meticulously assessing over 140 bridges and culverts to determine safety and repair priorities. Restoring power and clearing roads remain critical objectives. The rebuilding process is anticipated to last several months. Schools in the region have added grief counselors to support students and families coping with loss and trauma. Researchers at Texas Tech University are analyzing rainfall, terrain, and flood data to refine predictive models aimed at improving future forecasts and emergency preparedness. Camp Mystic's board has announced plans for structural improvements, redesigned evacuation routes, and enhanced floodplain engineering measures based on comprehensive assessments. Counseling services remain available for survivors, campers, staff, and emergency responders. Expressions of condolence have come from leaders worldwide, recognizing the tragedy's profound impact and the community's strength in adversity. A statewide hotline coordinates rebuilding assistance, and volunteers continue mobilizing across affected counties to aid in recovery efforts. This disaster, which has claimed nearly 100 lives, exposes critical gaps in early warning systems, forecasting capacity, and infrastructure resilience in a region vulnerable to flash flooding. Experts note that the frequency and intensity of such extreme rainfall events are consistent with climate change projections. Warmer atmospheric temperatures enable air to hold more moisture, resulting in shorter, more intense storm events. While no single flood can be directly attributed to climate change, this event aligns with scientific predictions for worsening weather extremes in vulnerable areas. Our deepest condolence to the people of Texas and to all those who have lost loved ones in this devastating disaster. May the souls of the departed rest in peace, and may the families and communities affected find strength, healing, and peace in the days ahead. In moments of tragedy like this, it is vital that we come together to support one another and contribute to recovery efforts in every way possible.